Hi, it's Marianne Cadorna. Sincerity Realty, Sincerity Podcast. DRE 1345274. Well, I love this background because that's exactly where I want you to be, holding up your hands and saying, Hallelujah! Ha! I got a home! And you know what? It's getting so much harder. You're competing with corporate America that owns 33% of the single family inventory in the Bay Area, while 44% of the Bay Area population are renters. And I really want to mitigate that because I help all the first time buyers and I sincerely get them into the very best home possible. My three B's, the best home and the best location and the best price. And how do I do that? Because my three C's, number one, I care about you as a human being. I do really care about my fellow man. Number two, I care about your money. Would you believe that? I care about your hard-earned money. And number three, I care about getting you the very best real estate investment property for your home. No, don't buy a home to be rich and get investment and all that. No, you need to get a home to stabilize your family, your monthly payment on a fixed mortgage rate so that it never goes up. And unless you touch it, don't touch that mortgage. Stay away from your credit cards. But it really is the three B's because of my three C's. And you know what? Sincerity Realty, that is me. The absence of deceit and hypocrisy. Honesty, transparency, integrity. The foundation of my faith-based real estate business is founded on my godly faith and belief. And also, it's my values are in alignment with the A plus Better Business Bureau principles. Okay, somebody with principles. Go figure, right? So anyway, now that you have done your taxes and ouch, they feel like axes because they cut deep. Oh, goodness. You'd think we get a break, right? What I want you to do, because you've already suffered the discomfort of getting out all your documents so that you could file your taxes, well, you're already in that mode. So why don't you get your paperwork ready? Because it's all kind of similar paperwork to see about applying for a home mortgage. Okay. And I just want to discuss what documents you will need in order to apply for a home mortgage. So let's start with what you've already done. Not last year's tax returns, but you need your 2 years worth of tax returns, okay? They want to see that you've been gainfully employed. And then if you're not, you're gaining weight because you're not employed. So I'm sorry, it's really a tough market, but I'm there to help you, okay? And so 2 years tax returns, two paycheck stubs, okay? 2 months worth of paycheck stubs. You'll need 2 months worth of bank statements, and you'll need to list out all your credit card debts and how much you pay for them every month, because that's going to go towards your what they call your debt to income ratio. They want to make sure that you don't have more debt than your income, so that's why they need that. So list all your liabilities: car loans, credit cards, credit union. Ah, alimony, child support. Okay, bad guys. Easy to make them. You can't fake them. You got to pay for them after the fact. Okay. Okay, you'll need a photo ID. All right, what's that? Government. They say government issue. Oh, government. What is government? State government, federal government. So either a passport, your green card, also your I-10, and also your driver's license. So those are good IDs to have to present. And also, you'll need your rent history. Oh, renting sucks and landlords suck even more. Sorry, landlords, I have to say that. But you know, renters, I want you to stop being lamenters. And I need you to get prepared at least once a year. Do this so that you have everything you need. Well, you'll have to go back if you stay away from submitting an application for too long, but you know the framework of what you need now. The reason the lenders want 2 years worth of tax returns, they want to see that you're gainfully employed, not painfully unemployed, because they want to make sure you can pay the mortgage payment on the house, right? So they qualify you based on the last 2 years. So if you need to change a job or do anything, Wait till you buy the house first. Get yourself in that house with your current employment, and then you can make any changes you want after the fact. But you got to get in when the getting in's good, and your foundation of financial stability with your income is good. Okay. And the bank wants to see your other assets. Okay, hey. You don't want to be riding the sailboat towards the sunset and watch your assets. No, you got to list out your assets. Okay, that would be anything that like assets is considered something that bumps you up as far as financial worth. Okay, your asset is your car if it's paid for. If it's not, as a liability. If you have insurance policies, anything that shows that you have money, they want to see that you know, have that additional supporting in order to, minimize or mitigate, your risk for applying for a home mortgage. Okay, and if you own a home already and you're moving up, then they're going to need to see 2 months worth of your mortgage statements. They want to see that, well, you have to be very careful with that mortgage payment, because that's a big ding that's make you feel like a ding dong if you have a late on that. So be very careful. Be very diligent about those monthly payments. Okay, and the lender's also going to want to see your credit report. If you have regretted credit, don't regret it, repair it. And a good lender will help you to bump up your score. If it's not that low, if it's low, then it's gonna be a long escalator right up to a better credit score. But it's better. I have a saying: if you have regretted credit, don't regret it, repair it. Then you can, be in a better station in life. Also, if you have Credit Karma or one of the other credit reporting agencies that give you your free credit report, you can have that. But most likely, you're going to have to pay the lender $20. It used to be $20. I don't know what it is now, but to run a credit report on you, a credit check on anybody who's going to be on that mortgage loan. Okay. And again, your photo ID, which can be your driver's license, passport, anything that's government issues, whether it's state or federal government issued, they need to verify who you are. Okay, that's important. We don't want straw buyers. We want real buyers. Okay. I guess you could call them straw liars, not straw buyers, but they want to make sure you are who you are or declare who you are. Also, they're going to want your rent history. Oh my gosh. So, you know, bless your heart. I really want you to get into home ownership because every year the rent goes up. Why? Because they can. All right. Because they're allowed to. Okay. The landlords are allowed to, the corporate or private, they're allowed to raise your rent every year, whether you like it or not. That's why home ownership is so important. If you buy a home with a fixed interest rate mortgage, providing you don't touch that equity, your monthly payments will never go up. And that's what's going to give you financial stability. Okay. So right now we're working towards your viability. Again, just to recap, you will need 2 years worth of tax returns, 2 months of bank statements, 2 months of your paycheck stub, or 2 years of your W-2s. You'll need your credit report. You'll need photo ID, either state or federal, which is driver's license or passport. You'll need a gift letter and you'll need a credit report. They're going to pull it from you anyway. A list of all your bank statements and your assets. Those are things that have monetary value, because that's going to be hedged against the credit that you owe. And most of all, your rent history. So hopefully you have been able to make your payments on time. And if not, make sure you get a letter of explanation. All of these things are going to be provided to give them they're going to put this all in like a mixing bowl and come out with, a pre-approval amount. And also your FICO score. Your FICO is lifting you higher. I always love doing that. Sorry. So your FICO score also determines the interest rate that you're going to be acquiring. Higher FICO scores, higher credit scores will get you a lower interest rate. Lower credit scores will give you a higher interest rate. You're going to be paying so much more, and you'll probably have to pay mortgage insurance. So, but that's another story for another video. But again, You've just paid your taxes. You've just been through the pain of pulling out all the papers. So might as well get all these paperwork in place and then get yourself ready, put it in a folder and see, because you never know. The home shopping season is here and they're not saying much about it, but there's going to be some reduced prices that are going to be coming up relatively soon. So even though the interest rate's high, people get stuck on the interest rate. It's not just the interest rate, it's the interest rate, the loan mortgage, and the house price. Those three together combine to get you a monthly payment you can afford. That's the objective. Stop getting stuck on those numbers. Oh, I'm going to wait till it's 2%. It'll never be 2% again. Okay, but I do have an assumable loan that's 2.83%. You just have to come up with $100,000 and assume the loan. Okay. So the kind of loans that you are going to be applying for are as follows: conventional loans, FHA loans, VA loans, USDA loans, and jumbo loans, not to be confused with jumbo jacks, but if you have the income, it'll be a jumbo loan. So anyway, this is Marianne Cadorna, Sincerity Realty, Sincerity Podcast, Sincerity Realty, DRE 013452774, broker owner realtor, and 24 years of dedicated service helping first-time buyers. Like that gal there, to take you higher, and you raise your arms and say, we did it. We're no longer renters. And that's what I want to see for you. I don't want you to be renters anymore. If you're a renter, you're a lamenter. But if you're a buyer, you take your life higher. And if you own, you will never moan. Okay? And you'll never roam. So Marianne Cadorna, Sincerity Realty, Sincerity Podcast, DRE 1345274, 628-888-9078. Reach me also by email at sincerityrealty@gmail.com. Check out my podcast, Sincerity Podcast, and check out my videos on YouTube. And anyway, I'm here for you. My 3 C's. I will end with the 3 C's. I sincerely care about you as a human being. You work hard, you have your dreams, and I'm there to share those dreams with you and make it happen. And number 2, I care about your hard-earned money. I don't just get you any house. I've seen them sell people dog houses. That is not, they should be in the kennel. That is not my intent. My intent is to get you the very best home, the best home in the best location for the best price. That's my 3 B's. And the third C is that I care about you getting the very best real estate investment so that you will be happy and proud that you have a home that you can go home to. And I'll tell you, there's nothing like having a home, because when the world is crazy like it is right now, and you've worked all day and paid $6, $7, $8 a gallon for gas, at least if you have a home, you're safe. You can shut the door and shut out the world and just relax and be safe. So I want you and your family, your loved ones, your partners, your significant others. It's not impossible, but you need to work with somebody who makes it possible, and that's me. So Marianne Cadorna, Sincerity Realty, the absence of deceit and hypocrisy. Sincerity Realty, that is me, the absence of deceit and hypocrisy. I'm just a phone call away. So Sincerity Realty, I take care of all the counties. What is it? Okay. San Francisco, Marin, Solano, Napa, Contra Costa, Alameda, the 5 Bay Area counties. So it does say California real estate license. So anyway, you have yourself a great day, a great night, a great weekend, or a great week. But remember that if you don't own, you're going to moan. If you rent, you will lament. Because if you rent for 30 years, you'll have nothing to show for all that money that you've put in. And if you buy, you will have equity and you'll be raising your hands because you'll be high as a kite when you see that inflation is your friend if you own a home, but it's your enemy if you don't. So I want you to take away this thought: renting versus a mortgage. A mortgage is a monthly payment you make. You could call it rent, but they call it a mortgage. You're paying it every month to own where you live. Renting, you're obligated to pay every month to own nothing. Which would you rather be? I'd rather see your hands thrown up in the air and have a home. Marianne Cadorna, Sincerity Realty. I'm here for you. 3 C's. Care about you, care about your money, care about your real estate investment, and getting you the best, the 3 B's with that third C, the best property in the best location for the best price. Thank you. Talk to you soon. I'll be waiting to hear your call at 628-888-9078. Thanks. Bye. Raise up your hands. Give me a call. That's all.